The sound of water trickling echoes in the room, each drop slowly crashing into a sachet of fluid. Drip, drip, drip. A continuous symphony of smooth droplets slowly disintegrating into what sounds like a narrow stream. The trickling sound is then accompanied by an uninterrupted beeping, each soprano beep pausing for half a second before continuing. The sound soon accompanied by what sounds like air flushing through an air vent above. Then soft chattering lingers within the atmosphere, a deep voice and a high-pitched voice. Music followed by voices, echoes in one particular location, each sound amounting to an orchestra. Everything is black, but the sound of these things painting a colorful picture in my imagination. I try sharpening my ear at an attempt to make out what the voices are talking about. Nothing. The sound of everything floods into my ears. I could not focus on one thing without hearing everything else around me. I try filling the darkness with light. My eyelids squeeze tightly, but it remains dark, pitch black, empty, colorless darkness. I use every ounce of energy to try to move my fingers. A female voice. Did you see that? Her finger just moved. Male voice. It did. Female voice. Baby, Maya, it's Mommy. My heart starts racing, as if it were about to burst out of my chest. The beeping sound begins viciously beeping out of its soft rhyme. Suddenly, I feel a soft touch on my hand. I use every ounce of energy within me to close the hand, but could only close my fingers lightly. I squeeze my eyelids together tightly once more and relax. The darkness is suddenly devoured with bright lights. Angelic whiteness fills my vision. I blink repeatedly as my squinted eyes scan my environment. Everything's a blur. The sound of music, followed by voices I had previously heard, is what I see now as a television mounted right in front of me. I look up through my squinted, blurry vision at a pixelated face, a long-haired, smiling female. I squeeze my eyelids shut and open again. My vision cleared up. It was Mother. Mother. Maya, baby girl, it's your mama, she explained with joy. Her eyes swell up with tears. I look over to my right to see the familiar face of my father, teary-eyed, looking down at me with elation. Father, Maya, how are you feeling? Are you okay? He asked concerningly. My mother calls out, Doctor, she's up. She's awake. A man in a white coat enters my peripheral vision. I turn my neck to get a better view at the man who is approaching me. Doctor, Maya, how do you feel? I open my mouth to formulate words. Lightheaded, I said with a hoarse voice. What's going on? I continued. My mother, father, and doctor exchanged concerning expressions. Doctor, pardon me, what was it you said, Maya? What's going on? Where am I? I repeated. Doctor, Nurse Angelina Hernandez, could you come in here, please? The doctor hollered. The nurse enters the room. Doctor, could you please repeat what you just said, Maya? Do you not understand me? I said. Where am I and what's going on? I explained, growing agitated. Mom, what did she say? My mother asked the nurse. Nurse, she said, do you not understand me? Where am I and what's going on? She's speaking Spanish. Doctor, thank you, Angelina. The nurse leaves the room. The doctor gestures for my mom and dad to follow him out of the room. They go out the hallway, speaking amongst one another with a whisper. I sharpen my ears, trying to drown out all the other noise. I am able to make out the doctor saying I may be experiencing a rare after effect of waking up from months of being in a coma. The doctor went on to explain to my parents that this is a rare neurological disorder that causes a coma victim to wake up speaking a whole new language. In many cases, these victims are fluent in a language they have never spoken before. He then went on to say your daughter is speaking fluent Spanish. Mom: What? How? Does this mean we can't communicate with her? Doctor: No, it seems she understands what we're saying, but she is unable to respond in English. Mom: What? Dad: Well, she was learning Spanish in school last year. Could that be part of the reason? Doctor: I cannot guarantee it, but it could be related. The doctor came in with the nurse again and broke the news to me, the nurse serving as my translator. Doctor: Maya, you're suffering from a rare neurological condition that has caused you to become fluent in Spanish. You may not know it, but you're speaking in Spanish. What? Spanish? How could I be speaking Spanish? But I understand you, I panicked. The nurse translated my words to the doctor. Doctor: Yes, that's a good thing that you still managed to understand English, though. No, it's not. I can't even speak to my mom and dad, I blurted out. Doctor: That's okay. We have a team of speech therapists who will help you regain your English vocabulary. They will teach you how to read, write, and speak in English again by watching movies and reading books. Look at the bright side. You'll be bilingual in no time. Over a couple of months, I had mended a relationship with my nurse who was teaching me how to speak English again. We played fun games that were in English, watched subtitled movies, and read books together. Slowly but surely, I was regaining my English. Although my English had a Spanish accent to it, I am now able to speak broken English to my parents. It became a part of my everyday routine. Every day I asked my parents inquisitively, Mom, Dad, why am I in the hospital and why was I in a coma? They would always change the subject or act like they didn't hear me. I was fed up and forcefully raised the question at them again. Mom, Dad, why am I in the hospital and why was I in a coma? They exchanged looks of concern. My mother leaned over to my dad and whispered in his ears. He responded, Okay. They gently walked towards my bed, towering over me with their innocent, concerned faces. Mom: Maya, baby. Tears began to swell up in her eyes. Dad: Baby girl. Tell me now. Stop avoiding it. I need to know, I said. Mom: You were taken away from Mommy and Daddy. What do you mean, taken away? I asked with confusion. Dad: You went out with your friends to the movies at the mall. Your mother dropped you off. Mom: Your friend said you went to the restroom but never came out. Why? What happened? I said, growing agitated. Dad: A man took you and held you hostage in his home basement for a couple of months. I swiftly sat up from my bed. A couple of months? What man? Why? Mom: Don't worry, baby girl. He's in jail now. Dad: He won't ever get to lay a finger on you again. What did he do to me? I said with my trembling voice, tears beginning to swell up in my eyes. Mom: We don't know, Maya. All we know is that what the police and doctors have told us. I analyzed their faces. I could tell they were hiding something from me. What did the police say? I asked demandingly. Mom: Calm down, baby girl. It's not good for you to raise your blood pressure. You're still recovering. Lay back down, please. No! Tell me what the police said, I said furiously. Dad: The police found you in the darkness of his cold, barren basement. You were lying on the floor, pale, flushed skin. They shook you, but you didn't budge. An officer checked for your pulse, which was very much there, I thank God. The doctor said your stomach was empty, except for some liquid and drugs the man gave you. I sat there in a daze. I could not believe that was coming out of my father's mouth. How could this have happened to me? Why me? I thought to myself. After months of being in the hospital, I regained my ability to speak English again. It's pretty cool that I'm now able to speak fluent English and Spanish. I thank the many nurses that helped me recover and my dear, kind doctor. To this day, I am still shocked with what happened to me. I defined myself as a victim of kidnapping. My parents continued to support and encourage me, They tried acting like it never happened, but I didn't want them to act like it had never happened to me. Being kidnapped has shaped me into the person I am today, and for that, I want to share my story with others, and others who may have been kidnapped as well. I told my parents that I would like to write a book and start a blog for kidnapping survivors. They agreed and offered to help me. My ability to speak both Spanish and English allowed me to communicate with a wide spectrum of individuals. I did not want another girl, boy, or woman to fall victim to kidnapping. I made it my mission to shed light on others that are often pitied and tucked away in the darkness. Another man would not kidnap another girl or boy ever again.